Well, Mrs. has gone and left her phone at home, which means I have got to hang around and wait forever to try and get back. Hi and welcome to my channel. As you can see from that bit at the beginning, I've actually managed to get out and take some photographs in the last few days. First of all, on last Saturday with a little shoot to a little exploration and a shoot with my Sony to find out nice places to take the 5.4 out in the forest. And then finally on the Monday, in the beautiful spring dawn sunlight, I went out stupidly early with the 5x4 MPP. I'll be going through what happened, and I'll be showing you the results of using my new Gossen spot meter, which I managed to pick up, and I'm going to be using the zone system, which will be a completely new thing for me. Even though, you know, I've been a photographer for many years, I've earned my living at it. I've never actually used the zone system in Angus, so that'll be an interesting thing. Also, I've been thoroughly fed up with loading my double dark sides, and in fact loading tanks and anything you can mention in a changing bag. And I splashed out and bought a changing tent. When I say tent, it's kind of more like a large box, but it's a great thing. It's made by Calumet or Calumet and is available from Wex Photographic, and I'll be going through what I think of that. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get on with it. Well, here I am, and I'm on Epping Old Road, which is in Epping Forest, and I'm having a scout out, ready for the possibility at least of going and taking out the 5.4 camera over the next couple of days. There's probably a lot of wind noise here, so I'm going to walk around this wonderful pond and see what happens. Well, I'm finally here, out in Epping Forest, after going around just about every single car park here, with most of the barriers being down. So the locations I was looking for, I couldn't actually use. So now I'm going to hook all the gear out of the car and see if I can go and find somewhere to set up with the 5.4. Not where I wanted, but hey ho. I got the first shot done. Walking across country into the dawn light with a large camera. Some people would call it contemplative. I think it's a little mad, but it's a little mad in a nice way. I think we have dog walkers and things around here, but I haven't actually seen anyone. I'll probably fall over a stump in a minute and break my neck. But it feels lovely to be out. And I'm approaching, I think, the next setup. Anyway, over then. Right, concentrate on what you're doing, Ash. For this view, I think I'm going to need the wide-angle lens, the 90mm Anglion. We can see here, at the moment I've got the 150 on. I'm going to have to drop the bottom plate slightly to stop the front of the focusing mechanism getting into the shot of the Anglion. Get it right in a minute. Anyway, we'll do that and we'll see what we get. Well, that's 4 shots done. 3 individual ones and 1 with a duplicate because I wasn't sure quite about the exposure with it. So we'll take those back and see what we can do with them. Plus, I'll be showing you some stuff. Anyway, we'll get on to that. Home for a cup of tea. Well, mostly that went pretty okay. I got a couple of results that you saw there. But when I said I shot 4 shots, 2 of them were drastically underexposed. This was a failure on the part of the nut holding the camera, in other words me. I misread the information in the little viewfinder on the spot meter, reading a half a second, and it wasn't. It was 2 seconds, not a half a second. So with reciprocity failure, I would have been about 3 seconds, and so I got no usable result for 2 of the shots. But I was quite pleased with the 2 I got, except I will say that my concentration on moving all the gear about, shooting the video, meant that my composition wasn't 100% there. But I need to shoot more 5.4 and I need to get more practice in. Simple as that, and hopefully you'll stick around and go on that journey with me. Anyway, on now to, just before I do that, I'll show you the viewfinder of this, probably up in that corner of the screen there somewhere. Give you an idea of what it looks like when one's using the zone system. It's really simple on this, and I can thoroughly recommend these. I'm not sure how old this is. I bought it second hand, but the Gossen ones, they're quite reasonable, even if it's a bit of a lump. But now, on to changing bags, or rather changing tents. During the time I've been getting back into film photography, I've been using this, which is a pretty standard cheapo changing bag. Perfectly efficient, but really awkward and uncomfortable to use. Perfectly light type, should I say, but not desperately efficient. Hot, sweaty, difficult to work with tanks. They fall over. Not a good thing. Handy to stick in your bag in case there's an emergency and you need to unload a camera, but not the best thing for loading tanks, for loading double dark slides. Just not a fantastic solution, but cheap, around £20 I think this was. Enter this. difficult for me to show you the whole size of this. This is quite a brute. This is a Calumet changing tent, and basically it zips into this little pouch. I'll show you the whole thing opened up, and it doesn't need any assembly. It just pops open like one of these reflectors. And it's very efficient, with one caveat, and that is it's too damn light. So trying to put your arms through the little armholes on it, you shove it about all over the table. What I did was to make this. This is a piece of plywood, and it's cut to fit into the bottom of the changing tent, and it just gives a flat surface on which to work, and it weighs the bag down, well, the tent down a little bit, so it actually makes it usable. I'd recommend, if anyone's going to get one of these, and they are fabulous. I believe it was just over £50, I think £56 for the changing tent. Really, really good value for what it is. But make yourself a weighted board to go in it, because otherwise you will get so frustrated. You'll chase it all around the table. Anyway, don't worry, there will be more about using this spot meter very, very soon. There's far more than I can possibly fit in one episode. I'm going to try and go through all and photograph all the internal screens and modes of this. I believe it's a fairly early digital spot meter, but it's certainly a very capable one. Far more capable than I am of using it at the moment. So I'm going to kind of grow into it, I hope. And I'm going to show you how it affects what I do, and use it with the 5.4, use it with my medium format gear, possibly even use it with the 35mm, although probably not with my Leica, because it's bigger than my Leica. So if you've enjoyed this episode, perhaps consider giving us a like, and if you want to see more, please think about subscribing. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and see you again in another episode.